Blessings, everyone. This is Chris Kendall from therawadvantage.com, registered holistic nutritionist, raw food lifestyle coach, and raw chef. Today, we're going to get into the fun subject of how to cure boredom when you're in quarantine. Let's check it out.
Baby, I like it raw. Raw Advantage likes it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Hey.
All right, guys. So technically speaking, this isn't just for quarantine. It can be any time. And I'm not aping around, even though I'm in my ape onesie. I'm just cozy in my basement during quarantine here. Just got back from Costa Rica, and with that need 14 days in self-isolation. But I can honestly say I don't remember the last time I was bored. I just don't get bored. If I could remember the last time, it would have been in my teens when I couldn't go skateboarding, when it was rainy or snowy, and I felt like, man, this sucks. I can't do the thing I want to do the absolute most. And that kind of, in that message, distills why sometimes people get bored. If you're fixated on one thing or a couple things that you just love to do, but you can't do them, well, you can be angry, you can be pissed off, you can be myopically focused on that and feel bored. To me, I'm busy a lot of the time. I'm on the internet, I'm researching, I'm consulting people, I'm making videos, I'm making projects, making food, making recipe videos. Other than that, spending time with family and friends and doing a ton of stuff. So when that slows down and I get a chance to do nothing, I'm excited. In fact, I'm honestly ecstatic. I'm having a great time down here. I actually wish I was a little less busy, but I have a lot of things going on, and that's another subject. But something that I think is really important when we're looking at boredom is that the biggest thing, the biggest challenge is actually our mindset. If we have the mindset that nothing is amazing, nothing is sometimes the best thing ever, you can never get bored. Why? Because nothing is ripe to be filled with anything. There's so many things you can do when you have nothing to do. Like I've said to my nephew a couple of times, my favorite thing in the world is nothing. He's like, what do you mean? I'm so bored. It's like, you can fill nothing with anything, guys. There's just limitless opportunity. And it's just, if we're focusing on that one thing, we're focusing on those few things that we want to do, then all of a sudden we're pissed off and we're angry and we're more likely to get bored. But if instead we can open up our eyes to anything and see it as a huge opportunity, it makes it a heck of a lot easier. Now, I understand that not everyone is an introvert. It surprises people when I say I'm actually an introvert, and I do like downtime. I do like solo time. I do like, just really, really chill time. And that's one of the reasons why I'm having a really easy time during this quarantine. A lot of other people are more extroverted and really feel they get their energy and they just need that connection more often, being out and about with people, mingling, mixing. And realistically, we're a mix of all of those. I would say I'm more prone to being an introvert, but I work well as an extrovert at times. But to balance myself out, I do need that alone time. And that switch can flip if you just have too much alone time, or the same if you have too much time with other people. But in order to break this down and give more help, more insight, more tips, if you are maybe more on the extrovert spectrum, number one, regardless of where you're at, if you feel yourself getting bored, change your view, see it as an opportunity to do different things and just keep yourself busy. This is like the onion layer, the peeling back the onion. This is the first layer. Just, I'm bored. Okay, well, what can I do? And you can look up online. There's a billion, things to do when you're bored, videos, 40 things to do when you're bored. I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll shout off a couple of them. Of course, you can watch TV or watch Netflix, or you can do some yoga. You can reach out and call a friend. You can take a bath. You can lay down and breathe. You can look up at the clouds and just watch them by. Camilla, love you. My sweet, that's one of her favorite things to do. You can write a book. You can do a project. There's literally endless things you can do. A board game. There's so many things you can do. There's no reason to be bored, really. You can do so many things. Exercise, right? So that's number one. That's the first layer. Just keep yourself busy. Do something, right? So if you want to dig a little bit deeper and you want to use this as a powerful tool, as an opportunity to really dig into self and understand yourself a little bit more, then you can go into that second layer of the onion and introspect into, what need do I have that I don't feel is being fulfilled? Because we can be bored or angry or sad or any of these things if we have an unmet need, right? So maybe you have a need for connection, or you have a need for love, or you have a need for entertainment. Well, if you can actually define that and go into yourself and go, okay, I'm really feeling a need for this. Normally I do this to get that need fulfilled, but I can't do that. So what can I do to fulfill those needs? It's going to help you out a lot, because then you can actually do something specific. Because a lot of times people are just bored and they try and keep themselves busy, but they're not fulfilling the base need they had in the first place. So they're not satisfied. They don't enjoy it, and they go back to boredom really quickly. So that's digging a little bit deeper. Actually look into your unmet needs and try and fulfill them in another way. Now, if you want to take that even a step further and really break down deep into yourself and see why this is all coming up in the first place, layer number 3, you can dig deep and actually look into yourself and see, why am I looking for this outside myself? And this is where it can kind of come into psychology and really looking deeper into why we believe these certain things. You know, maybe we're looking for love outside of ourselves. Maybe we're looking for connection outside of ourselves. It could stem back from childhood or any other kind of socially structured injury that we kind of got in our past, emotional injuries. And it could just be that's the type of person you are. You're a little bit more extrovert and you seek that outside yourself, which I'm not saying it's good, bad, right, or wrong. It's just we have these different tendencies, and we usually have a bit of a mix of both, right? So if we're looking for that outside ourselves, this can be a huge, huge opportunity to recognize that we have everything within, as without, as above, as below, right? So it's a huge opportunity to strengthen that weaker link that we have and go into meditation, or go into silence, or go into creative writing, or go into any of these other things that really allow us to find that connection within ourselves. You know, lastly, I will say, even if, you know, the internet came offline, or we didn't have phones and we couldn't connect with anyone, we can always just sit there and write a letter. We can always just sit and match our vibrational frequency to that person that we want to be connecting with, or we can always just feel what we feel and send it out to those people we love. You know, I'm excited for this time. I'm excited for this slow down. I think it's a huge opportunity for us to really feel what we feel, to recognize the patterns that we have in our life, and to take this as a forward jump into new habits, new strengths, new possibilities, and new appreciation for everything we do have, so we can come out of this feeling lighter and brighter and hopefully never bored again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. Maybe make a comment below if there's something else you'd like to see, especially during this quarantine or anything else like that. Hit the bell, you know, so you get notified for new videos. I got more stuff coming out. I actually have a recipe video that I made before the quarantine, and I'm going to probably put it out in the next little bit. It's a pretty good one. I've teased about it for a little while. So check out my Freaking Awesome Recipes playlist, guys. Make some food, enjoy the time, connect with your loved ones. And as always, wishing you much peace, love, and seasonal fruit.
How to cure your boredom. See the endless opportunity.
Ooh, don't forget to check out my raw recipes playlist in the top left, the video just for you in the top right, subscribe for more videos in the bottom right, and get your 3 free ebooks in the bottom left. Grab your free raw recipe app available on iPhone and Android with over 100 free raw recipes, common fruit and vegetable calorie breakdown, frickin' awesome food combining chart, shopping cart function, and so much more.